Hello, the juniors of Salina City Schools. Today, I'll be talking why you should vote for me, and so maybe not vote for some of those other candidates. It wouldn't be right to start off this video with criticism of others, so I'll start off with the criticism myself. If I have to be honest, one major thing that I think I have a problem with, it definitely has to be doing things on time. You know, it may seem weird to start off with a negative, but I'll show you how I think that negative could actually be positive. First off, I'm going to talk about a real go-getter, the type of person that does every sport they can. This type of person has the loaded schedule, you know? Right after school, they have maybe soccer, maybe football, maybe anything. Either way, they're doing it all. Sometimes they even go to work.
Baba Booey.
Sometimes they go to church. But either way, they have a loaded schedule. Now, this type of person may seem like a great idea for a president, but I ask you this. Would you want somebody who's maybe fifth, maybe even sixth event of the day is planning something? Would you like somebody that would have to take time out of their already busy schedule to make time to do something for you? Or would you rather have somebody who's free? You know, when I first started this, I talked about how I am always late. I mean, I make sure, I try to make sure that I'm not late, but I am. So, you know, I personally make sure that I always have an empty schedule. This gives me plenty of time to be prepared for anything, because, you know, if I'm busy, then I'm late. So I ask you, would you rather have somebody who is not busy and can devote all of their time to the presidency, or somebody who is doing, say, everything, and their presidency is just going to be another tick on their list of things they have to do? All right, now the second person I'm going to be talking about is going to be, well, the student.
Baba Booey.
You see, the student is somebody that I need to work for, obviously. You see, as a junior class president, I am a student myself. Now, as a student, I have to imagine I may not be able to connect with everybody. You see, I'm definitely in maybe some classes that you're not in, but really what it's about is, how do I speak to people that are in different classes than me? I'm going to be honest. Almost everybody in this election is considered a gifted kid. You know, they always got good grades. They didn't really have to work hard for them, too. Usually it was a natural talent from their birth. Well, let me tell you something. If you've ever had a class with me, then you know how I act compared to some of these other kids. You know, I'm going to be honest. I hate homework. If you're in any of my classes, you've probably seen me get a pink slip or something. And while this may be seen as negative, I like to see this as a positive. As I've been to detentions, I've hung out with the bad kids, and I sure as hell have hung out with the good kids. Look at these kids here. These are some good kids. We can all agree on that. So what I'm really trying to say is, I think I can connect with anybody, really. You know, I've lived a very long life, and during that life, sometimes I really focused on school, sometimes I really didn't. Either way, I know there are a few candidates out there who you've probably barely ever spoken to, and the classes you did have with them, they really seem to be focused on that class. But I'm focused on other things, because the president's job isn't to be good at math, be good at reading, to be good at writing. No, the president's job is to work for you. And would you rather have somebody who understands you work for you, or somebody who will be able to type in numbers into a calculator? Because I'm going to be honest, we got a lot of number crunchers. Okay, for this last one, I'm going to move somewhere a little bit more comfortable. So This time, I'm going to be talking about something which may not seem important, but it will be. Parties. Now, you may not know it, but the student council plans homecoming. Now, you may also think the student council plans prom, but you'd actually be wrong. Instead, it will be us, the treasurer, the secretary, vice president, and president planning prom. Now, when you think about prom, you think about maybe something like dancing, music, drinks, food, anything, a party. Now, as a candidate, you have to think, who would you rather have a party with? I know you may not have had a party with me before. I mean, if you have, then you already know. Maybe a bit of a party animal sometimes.
Baba Booey.
So now, when you want somebody planning your party, you obviously have to start off with some good food. Now, just looking at me, you may notice I may know a thing or two about food. Definitely as a step for idea. So I already got that covered. Now, when it comes to dancing, I'm not that good. I believe it's the spirit that counts. So, the last part, the music. Now, I probably won't be able to play anything, because, the school is oh, you can't play that. But you know what? I'll try. Because, another thing, I don't really care that much about school. I do care about my future. I do care about your future. But honestly, school is something you can only do once. So you might as well have fun.